Hi guys, welcome to the video. I want to start off by saying thank you so much for the very warm reception of my last video. What if the video game character Red from the Pokemon series was in the Pokemon anime? I really appreciate all the love you guys put into that. So before we get started, please make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment what your favorite parts of this video are or what you would change on this video. In this video, you guys voted, and we are starting with Sabrina, the gym leader of Saffron City. So this video is going to be what if Sabrina, the gym leader, just like Brock from the anime, didn't have to stick to one typing. What if they, as a character, could have whatever team they wanted, whatever team fit with them and who they are as trainers. So I've compiled the list. It's only about 12 Pokemon long that I think really fit with Sabrina. So I'm going to try to bring it down to just the main 6, and I'll do the honorable mentions towards the end of the video. I thought to myself, who is Sabrina? We know Sabrina is a telepath. We know she used telekinesis, and she shows that off really well in the psychic typing of her gym specialty. So we can't really take that away from her because that's who she is. So the first Pokemon would still be her ace Pokemon, Alakazam. I feel like every time we see Sabrina, she has Alakazam, we think Sabrina, we think Alakazam. Even going back into the manga, we can see when she was a part of Team Rocket, she had Kadabra with her everywhere she went. So this Pokemon clearly means something to her, and it is a part of who she is. So for that reason, Alakazam has to be on her team. So for the rest of the team, I did think really hard about who is Sabrina. What kind of person is she? What could she have done maybe outside of being a gym leader or even just a trainer? Who is she? So I thought, looking at her, kind of feeling her out, looking at the anime, looking at the manga, looking at the card game even. She's got a lot of trainer cards, which kind of opened up some possibilities for me and gave me some ideas. So I thought, what if Sabrina, before she was even a part of Team Rocket or a gym leader, was part of the circus, was part of the Pokemon circus. So with that, it really helped me create the rest of her team. So the next Pokemon on the team is going to be Arbok. Of all the snake Pokemon, I feel like it is the most like Sabrina. It's terrifying yet entrancing. And there's been snake acts and snake charmers in the circus before, so I think that really would fit well for her and the new theme that we're giving her. That being said, we're in a circus. We need some sort of clown. I looked at all the clown-like Pokemon, and there are 2 that I'm going to pick. The first one is going to be very obvious, Mr. Mime. We've seen her have Mr. Mime on her gym team before, and I think that its silliness and its kind of defensive prowess really does bring something to the character of Sabrina. So I think Mr. Mime is one that would fit in really well with her team. The next Pokemon that's kind of clown-esque, you may not think, but go with me here. Conkeldurr. It looks like a freaking clown. It's basically, to me, it's the strong man of the freak show that is this Pokemon circus. I think it would fit really well with her to have a fighting type to kind of counterbalance the more mental part of her, to give her something physical. I just think Conkeldurr would work really well with her. She'd be able to kind of tell it what to do, and it would do its thing. The next Pokemon on the list is Doublade. I was kind of thinking Aegislash also, but I feel like Doublade really fits more with Sabrina. And then I think about it, I think about magicians. There's that magic trick of, blades going into a box and the magician comes out completely unharmed. So Doublade having 2 blades versus Aegislash just having 1, I feel really fits more with that theme. And then I feel like she could just do more, and it's more impressive to wield 2 blades instead of just 1. So for that reason, I would say Doublade would fit really well. So the next Pokemon on the list is one that I had to think about. Like, it took me a while to figure out, and I don't know why. Pyroar. I feel like if she was in the circus, she would have met this Pyroar when it was a little Litleo, kind of raised it up, and as it evolves, we can see her being more of a lion tamer kind of thing. And we've seen Sabrina holding a whip in several versions of her character, so I think it really fits well with the Sabrina that we're creating here. So that's 5 Pokemon. We got 1 left, and I want to know your guys' ideas, so please make sure to comment. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and definitely be sure to share this video with anybody. I want to know what you guys think. If Sabrina was not limited to a type specialty, who would be on her team that fits her as a character? Tell me if you like my picks, tell me if you don't like my picks, and what you would change. So some honorable mentions that I have: Haunter or Kecleon to kind of be like the disappearing act. And then obviously we saw in the anime, Ash leaves Haunter with her. But I kind of felt like didn't really fit. We already have the kind of comedic vibe going with Mr. Mime, so we didn't really need a second one. This next one is pretty cool. I would gladly switch it out with one of the team members, and it's a 3-way tie. So Donphan, Reverum, and Cyclizar. At the circus that I used to go to when I was a kid, they had this giant metal ball where people on motorcycles would go in and they do all these cool tricks spinning around everywhere. So I think it'd be really cool to see those Pokemon go in there and just spin around, go crazy. Donphan is a tire, an elephant tire, right? This is our first introduction to the move rollout, super cool. Reverum is a car, essentially, and then Cyclizar is supposed to be a motorcycle that's kind of a lizard. So those are pretty cool ideas. Going back to kind of the more mental aspect of things, I did think about Hypno and Watchog doing like hypnosis type stuff, but I feel like it's more like a specialty thing, not necessarily the circus or a freak show, whatever really we're going with here. But going back into the freak show idea, Grimmsnarl. I think Grimmsnarl would kind of fit in with Sabrina. Kind of goofy, kind of not, kind of serious. Obviously the hair kind of acting like claws and all this craziness could be a really cool thing that she could play off of. But anyhow, let's get to the final team member. And if you guys have been listening throughout this video, I think it's pretty obvious who it's going to be. Sabrina's last team member is going to be the magician Pokemon, Meowscarada, the most recently introduced Pokemon that has magical powers. For whatever reason is a dark type. I've always felt it's more like a jester than it is a magician. It's got the mask, which looks like it should have the bells coming off of it, kind of like from the Hunchback of Notre Dame, but it's a magician, so we'll go with it. So yeah, I think that would be Sabrina's team. Would be obviously her Alakazam, Arbok to kind of note to Snake Charmers, Mr. Mime to go with clowns, Doublade to go with swords in a box, Pyroar to go with the whole lion tamer aesthetic, and then Meowscarada, the magician Pokemon. So again, if you haven't already, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know especially what you think of this video in the comments. Tell me what you would change and what your favorite parts of it were. So until next time, you guys, I will catch you later.